Hey guys, welcome to Gria's podcast. I'm your host Alexis, and today we are at the Poconos, Pennsylvania, and I'm currently on my honeymoon. And yes, I'm recording a episode during my honeymoon because I just got married. And yes, we are celebrating out here for the time being, but I just wanted to hop on here and do a episode with you guys as well as create a video. So, today's topic we are talking about listening to music and how it helps with our day-to-day life. So, let's talk about it. So, listening to music helps us with certain noises and helps us feel good inside and relaxes us during times that are more chaotic than life itself. Because life be lifing. Can we all agree with that? Can I get an amen? Amen. And let's talk about it. So, when it comes to listening to music, I see it as a form of therapy. And I've used this with my dance episode as well. Because I feel like with dancing and listening to music, like you're helping your mind like tune out everything that you're going through in life, as well as listening music can like just bring that like good feeling inside back, that where you're feeling more relaxed and more in tune. And the only thing that makes it more in tune is you're allowed to do it anywhere and everywhere without anybody saying, hey, that's too loud, because we got earbuds now and we have so much technology that it allows us to not be able to hear the outside, which of course in some cases would not be a good idea, especially if the emergency or any type of things going on. But we all have cell phones, we get an emergency report, so that wouldn't cause anything. And of course, when you're at work and stuff, you don't want to be listening to music, but if your boss is okay with it, all means, because I feel like now these days most people have at least AirPods in their ears all the time. So I feel like it personally is really make a big difference. It just helps you get through the day faster. And with just like getting that break, even when you're having a bad day, can help boost that energy back up. So, like hearing your favorite artist sing rap or you name it. But for us, it's more of someone speaking to us. So, when I say that, I mean like when you're talking to someone about a problem or anything, they usually give you like some type of feedback. And sometimes it can be positive and sometimes it can be negative. So it just depends on what you're feeling, you know? So, like, for me personally, I'm working on taking criticism more than, like, in a positive outcome versus a negative outcome. But for some people, it might be a little bit more challenging because of the fact that we don't want to hear something more negative than what we're already having, like a bad day. So, So with music, just hearing that person just speak to you and being that, giving you that life in, as well as isolating yourself, of course, can help by allowing you to just focus. Where if we can't call our friends or family members, we can just listen to some music and blow off some steam, essentially. Because the song brings out a mood that uplifts us, essentially, where it doesn't cause you to feel like more stress or more anxious or more worry or more anxiety or you name it, just anything that brings that negative feedback. It gives you that positive feedback where I actually wrote an essay about in college when I first started my first semester, where I said listening to music and listening to the lyrics can help change someone's life. And to sum it up, essentially, I see as most music now, of course, you have different types of genres, you have different types of groups that like that type of music versus other people. So you have music that gives off that loud girl energy where it gives you that confident boost. It gives you that just everything where you're just kind of like in your zone. You're feeling yourself essentially. Like you are like, I'm that it person. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm here and I'm noticed. And then you have some music where it gives off that story. It gives off that background information where it allows you to pretty much get a sample of who you're listening to's life and what they're going through or what they did go through and where they're at now. And to kind of give you that boost to connect with each other, essentially. Because we all had that choice where we're able to just listen to whatever we please without being judged, as well as the artist is that they want to keep going because they want us to remind ourselves that there's people who are dealing with the same type of stuff. And that's where when we go to concerts, yeah, they're doing it for money and stuff and probably other reasons. But mainly, I feel like for most artists, they're doing it because they want us to connect and they want to connect with the fans and feel the energy of their music impacting us, essentially. So with artists, they want to like allow their songs, their music leave a legacy. So it's the same thing with us when we were little, where our parents sung us a lullaby, as well as us going through school and singing that national anthem, and then still doing it till this day at certain events, and just connecting and being in sync with one another, and just being able to just grasp each other's vibe and just be able to communicate with each other in a sense of way where we're like, wow, this is beautiful. And as well as us, there's other things where it leaves a powerful message. So like there's protest songs. There's songs that are meant for protest. And some people wouldn't hear these songs on a day-to-day basis because you kind of have to find these, or these songs are in a category where it wouldn't be just reachable essentially. So when things that have a strong message or something that's more on the, we'll say, not the political side, I don't want to say that, but more so just giving off that message where it goes deep into history. So with protests, it's just more so like, okay, now you have songs where it leaves off a message and it goes from generation to generation instead of just leaving it behind where it doesn't go anywhere else. Because at the end of the day, their purpose is to share a message and bring that light where it keeps going. And other things that music brings besides coming together as well as helping people, we want to be more motivated, we want to be able to learn more, but we're unable to focus because trust me, this world, there's certain areas that are more peaceful. Like right now we're in a peaceful environment where we're in more so like the, I would say, wilderness area where there's a lot more trees. There's no more. There's like not like the city like what I'm used to. So it is more a lot peaceful, but we don't have that every day. We don't have that luxury every day where we can just go away on a trip and just be in peace. So it's like the idea of us getting any type of not silence but tuning the world out is impossible. So essentially, listening to music would help you with that concentration. So, for example, if you wanted to like study, you can listen to some soft beats or even some soft music. Like for me, I listen to lo-fi, which is that type of segue where it's more relaxing. It's more on the slower side where it gives off that slow beat where it's not too much and it's not too crazy. It just gives off that like, it's almost like you're in a zen mode where you're kind of just relaxed and you're just kind of like, ah, like just imagine music that wasn't like, or just even look it up, it's like it's not like spa music, but it's more so just like music that it's able to just Um, what is the thing that I'm looking for? It's kind of hard to describe it, but it's more so like, I feel like I would say lotus music, in this is a way. Like if you could describe it with a flower, I would say lotus because it's not too like delicate, but it's also like very like powerful what it's doing, where it allows you to focus. It does not allow you to unfocus. So, because we're like, for me, when I'm studying, where my brain is not distracted by anything, I'm just focused on my task as well as helping myself to achieve any goals. Music does have that impact on me where I'm able to just like go into a grocery store without feeling any type of not anxiety, but more so like hearing like all of these noises and just kind of like, oh my God, I can't like focus on what I want. And it's just, I'm overwhelmed or stressed. I want to get out of here now. So with just putting my earbuds in and just going through the store and just being able to listen just helps that type of distraction of noise, outside noise. And as well as helping us keep our goals. So if you want to wake up early, just turn on that alarm on, and then as soon as you wake up, start listening to some music that will wake you up or give you that just boost to like keep moving, just keep going. Because I feel like a lot of times people say you should up early because it helps your body. And yes, it does. You know, it does make you feel more refreshed and you feel more at ease because you have more time through the day. Because let's be honest, most of us work 8 hours. So us being able to manage only 4 hours of free time or however many hours remaining we have of the day, it's not a lot for us to like just be able to recharge. So yes, waking up early does help. So with listening to some music that will boost you to get to that goal would help. As well as like getting up and running. I used to run all the time and it will actually help my energy go up even faster. As well as getting that confidence boost to keep up the good work. So, like sometimes when you're feeling dismotivated, sometimes just hearing the person's lis- listening to the person's lyrics and listening to them speak to you, where it's almost like you're next to them or you're like facing them and you're just kind of like in a sense a way where they're in the same room as you, like you're in a therapy session. But instead of it just being like, how are you feeling? Or I don't like, just feel more of like you're not talking to a wall or just hearing yourself talk, essentially. It's more so just like being able to be more in tune and more like motivated to do something about it. And yes, we all have goals. And yes, some people do move faster than others and achieve them faster, but does not mean that you're not doing something right. It does mean that that person's goals were in the works and yours is still in the works. And yes, if they completed it, congratulate them, bring off that positive energy because when you bring off that positive energy, it brings it back to you. So a lot of times I feel like too, with people, they feel like, oh, if someone achieves something, then they feel some type of way about it. Like, why am I not there? Don't ask yourself that question. Just say, like, hey, I'm so happy for you. And then when you see yourself doing the same thing that your friend or family member or whoever is doing what they're doing, and you see yourself being more successful and being able to grasp into a mode where you're now more focused, you're more determined, and you're going to take your time essentially because our success is our success, nobody else's. So if someone's being more successful than you, that is their path and they did their part of doing that. It's now your turn to do it. So, of course, I would say listening to music is another form of motivation in regards to that to keep you motivated and keep you moving. As well as my stress people out there, like myself, listening to music does help in a big way, like dancing, where it actually makes a stress hormone, also known as cortisol, that builds up in your body essentially because of stress. it actually helps by lowering any type of stress to build up, which allows your body to relax even more and allows it to heal faster, because I feel like stress is like an ongoing feeling. It's not a like turn off feeling that people think it is. So that's why the science behind it, it's not an emotional thing. It's actual, I would say, physical thing inside your body that actually gets built up because of it. So all of these factors would help if you're in that realm where you're like to listen to music on a day-to-day basis, or if even if you haven't and you just haven't decided, you can also listen to podcasts, because podcasts helps in a sense of way, because you're listening to people and you're listening to real life stories and you're listening to real life connections and everything. That's why music is the same thing, but the only difference is we're talking and they're singing, rapping, and more. And I hope you guys like this episode, and I hope to see you guys soon. And of course, check out my recent episode, Dancing the Stress Away. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave feedback. And let me know how you guys want more content in regards of any topics. Just let me know. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.